Caleb, I didn't get a chance to talk.
Andrew Jones.
Oh, sorry. Andrew Jones, Tar Heel 24/7. I didn't get a chance to talk to you the other day after the blue-white game. I thought some of your comments were really interesting about your take on the play in the game and how it'll take you guys a while to get fully comfortable. What is your gauge on the guys coming together and becoming a fully synchronized unit on the court? Because it seems like off the court you guys have everything in place there.
We're all extremely talented players, so I feel like it takes just some time to mesh everybody to understand their role and what it takes to win. So I definitely believe it'll take time, and during the season I feel like it'll happen more quickly since we're able to play against competition and other teams. But I just feel like it's always going to take time. It's always going to be a journey, and it's a day-by-day thing. So I can't put like a timetable on when I feel like we'll mesh, but I feel like every day we get better and better as a group.
And how discernible is that? When you say you feel like you get better every day, is there something when you leave practice, like, okay, we're a little bit better at this aspect of something, maybe communicating on the court or something else?
For me, it's just chemistry. So, like me and Henry, we play a lot together with the high-low game and dribble drive into a lob or something like that. So we talk on the court and we're like, okay, this time I'm going to dribble to the left. Next time the big steps up, I'm throwing the lob. Just be ready for it. And eventually, during games we'll play later this year, that's going to happen. And throughout practices, we've gotten better at it. Like when I first did it, he didn't know it and he didn't expect it because he didn't know I could pass the ball as well as I can. But now that we're able to talk and communicate, it's able to happen more often and not result in a turnover.
Jeremiah Holloway with Inside Carolina. I actually wanted to ask you a little bit about that, about the passing. A couple of your teammates said that they didn't realize the passer that you were, before they started playing with you. Is that something for you that you feel like you kind of always had a natural feel for, as far as just being able to kind of distribute and play make?
For sure. I've played a lot of sports that require throwing. Growing up, I played baseball. I was a shortstop. I played pitcher. I played first. And then football, I played quarterback. So giving the ball and distributing has always been a part of what I've done in my entire life. I always feel like I've been a capable and good passer, but I feel like the more I've learned, the more I've been able to understand basketball, not just who's guarding me, but who's around me. It's been easier for me to make good decisions.
And then to go off that a little bit, kind of thinking about that being part of your skill set, you kind of feel in your mind, I know obviously basketball is a lot different now, people consider it positionless, but you feel like your game kind of falls into a certain position, like you feel like you're more of a forward or more of a wing guy, like how do you kind of see how your game slots in?
I feel like basketball is kind of positionless at this point, and especially the way I'm used in our system. I don't want to say I'm a 4 or 3 because, I feel like I do so much. I feel like in whatever case needed to be, I'm going to be able to do what it takes. If I'm needed to just rebound the basketball, that's what I'll do. But I think I pass the ball just like a guard. I think I rebound like a 4 or 5, and I think I'm athletic as a 3, a 2 or a 1. So I don't understand the putting people in positions. I just feel like you just play what's needed to happen. And basketball to me is a sport that's not predictable. It's not like football where if you're a running back, this is all you're doing. I get a rebound and I push like a guard would. So it's hard to box myself in.
Caleb, Brendan Marks from The Athletic. You mentioned your relationship with Henry on the offensive side. Defensively, a lot of potential there. What has that fit been like? And overall, how would you assess the way this team's defense is coming along? Hubert's best season has been when he had a top 10.
I feel like our defense is coming along a lot. Coach Sully has pushed me to be the best defender in the country. I feel like whenever someone talks about me, that's the first thing they talk about is my defense, and I accept it and I like it. It's a translatable skill, and but I feel like our defense is definitely coming along. We have great guard defenders. My man Derek, he's 6'5" guard, so we have size up and down the lineup defending. Seth is a great defender, and Jaren's a great defender, and me and him are both switchable, so we could switch on and off the ball. And I feel like with Henry and me, we're like the Twin Towers in there. We're both gonna jump as high as we can and contest. As long as we stay out of foul trouble, it'll be really hard to score in there. We're both physical, and I feel like it's just going to be a great defensive year, honestly.
You mentioned being switchable. If I can just follow up, what is your level of comfort switching out onto, say, guards or point guards or things? Again, you mentioned your athleticism. Is that something that you would be up for if you were asked you to do it?
I'm up for it. I mean, I feel like if you follow my basketball journey, switching is something that's going to make me look really good. I like to guard guards because I feel like every guard, when they feel like they got a big on them, they try to dance and stuff like that, and I just end up taking it or making them shoot a bad shot because it's kind of like egoing them into making a move. So I love playing defense. I love switching. So I definitely feel comfortable with it, to answer your question.
Caleb, Noah Weisskopf with Tar Heel 24/7. We've been around you a little bit. Your confidence obviously is something that sticks out. Where does that confidence come from? Have you always been like that since playing sports as a kid, and just sort of how did you develop that?
I feel like confidence is, first of all, you got to work to get it. I feel like you can't, somebody can't give that to you. So, I mean, I've never worked this hard in my entire life. Like this past summer, like I was working out at 10 p.m. at night by myself and doing a bunch of different things that I felt like separated me from everybody else in the country. So I feel like my confidence really came just this summer and knowing that I'm working so hard and doing things that aren't normal, and I feel like it's all just it's all for myself.
I'm curious, what are some of the moments the past, I guess, couple months that you really cherish off the court with your teammates? What are some of the things that you guys have done that you really look back to and say, wow, this is really a blast, or anything like that?
Definitely our Outer Banks trip. We had a lot of fun. I was able to get to know what my guys do off the court, you know. And here, like, we don't live together, so spending that 1 or 2 nights in the house together was really fun, you know, playing games, going to the pool, going out to the beach. It was just really nice to meet and know the guys that I was going to be playing basketball with. So I would say definitely that was one of the biggest things.
Any hobbies that your teammates have you didn't expect them to have?
Jaron plays on his phone all the time. Like, he plays Clash of Clans. I think that's the game. And yeah, but Derek, we listen to country music all the time. Derek put me on the country music, so we love Zach Bryan. We love Tyler Childers. Listen to that music all the time. We were riding together, so that's something else I say is cool.
Caleb,
Caleb.
sort of. You good, Laura? Adam Smith with Inside Carolina. Sort of along those lines, like, how do you sort of balance? I mean, you seem like a fun guy, tons of personality. Like, how do you balance that side of it with the work, like you're talking about, like at 10 p.m.? Like, I think Derek told us that you guys were in here at like 6, 7 in the morning before orientation, getting shots up. Like, I mean, I think people see the character that you are, but what's the work side of it that people maybe don't see right now?
It kind of comes from my dad. My dad's always told me, like, it has to be a balance, like you're saying. I love to have fun off the court, but that's not why I'm here. I'm here to make myself a legend here and win a bunch of games. So I didn't commit to Carolina to come here and go to karaoke night. So yeah, I came here to be a great basketball player. So I do things that are kind of freeing mentally off the court because, you know, I feel like it definitely is important for you to have a mental balance. You can't put all your mental cards in one deck. So I try to do things that kind of take my mind off basketball, but it's hard for me to do it. But it's good for me because, you know, the ball is going to stop bouncing one day. You want to have certain stuff that you can fall back on. But I love basketball and I love the grind. I love seeing myself get better. So that's really where that comes from.
Just to follow up real quick, you said working out at 10 o'clock, doing things to separate yourself. What are some of those things you think that would separate yourself? Some of the work that you put in.
I would definitely say running. I feel like being in the best shape is definitely going to be important. You know,
Right.
Playing as many minutes as I hope to play, and also, like, I do work out a lot, but I also took time to, like, stretch and stuff like that because I want to stay healthy as long as I can, and I just did a lot of things that I hadn't done before, which is why I'm more confident than I've ever been, because in high school I wasn't stretching after workout, or I was working out early in the morning, but, like, I wasn't working out 3 times a day, and practice definitely was not as hard as it is here. So it's just a lot of stuff I'm doing different.
Hey, Caleb, Ariel Bond with Tar Heel Tribune. You seem that high energy on the court and off the court with your personality. I think Coach Davis said if you ran for student body president, you'd probably win.
Yeah.
Tell me about how your personality is shown on campus, and would you be able to be more of a leader than most freshmen would be because of your personality?
So like throughout campus, I just try to make sure I speak to everyone because like, it's always a feeling of uneasiness when you're around a basketball player because, you know, people think that we're I don't even want to say not human, but like that we think we're better than them. So I always try to make everyone feel like, you know, I'm personable. Like you can talk to me. I even said it in my introduction interview that we posted on social media. Like if you want a picture, if you want to talk, I'm not going to shun you away. I just talk to everybody, make sure everybody feels incorporated with what we do. I have tons of friends that don't play sports just because, you know, we have some of the same things we do off the court. But as a leader, as a freshman, like I talk all the time. I talk constantly. I walk in the locker room. I make sure I speak to everybody. I just feel like I just try to incorporate everybody in everything we have to do. And on the court, I'm going to play as hard as I can and try to lead with action before I lead with my voice because, you know, actions speak louder than words every time.
Will you call out a teammate?
Yeah, I would call out a teammate, but it's just, I feel like as long as it's like a relationship where they feel the same way, that they can do the same thing to me, it's always good. I just don't want to be like a one-sided leader, if you feel me.
Caleb, Rod Baxley, Fayetteville Observer. Looking at this freshman class across the country, really good group.
Mm-hmm.
What separates you from the rest of the guys in your class?
I would say work ethic and just the ability to do whatever it takes to win. I feel like I feel like I know when I need to be selfish. I know when I need to attack the rim and do what I have to do to win, but I'm also not pressing to do any of that. I'm pressing to win. So I'll just say just the pressure mentally for myself to do what it takes to win.
And you touched on a little bit with the defensive side of that. Where did you kind of pick that up to where you're more advanced than some freshmen may be when they come in as a defender?
I watch film and I watch defenders often. I watch Marcus Smart a lot, Tony Allen, and I watch videos of them saying like little things that they would do or look for when they're playing a player to help me like determine when they can steal the ball. Like as simple as like when somebody's dribbling the ball, you never want to swipe down, you want to swipe up so the ref can see that you didn't hit an arm. And the ball goes up, which gives you an advantage because I'm tall. I could just jump up and get it. Or how whenever somebody passes the ball from the top of the key, I do it all the time. They usually bring it down to their chest because they feel comfortable with it there instead of passing it over their head. So it's a lot of things, like small things that I look at and I determine through film that allow me to make smart decisions without fouling on the court.
So you mentioned earlier, sorry, she'll respond with the NNO. You mentioned earlier some of the things that you do for maybe mental balance outside of basketball. I was wondering if you could elaborate and give us some examples of that.
I build Legos. I listen to a bunch of music. What else do? I play the video game a lot. I read. I read like a bunch of stoicism. I feel like it's beneficial to your mental health. You know, I feel like it kind of makes me approach the days differently than I used to before. Something else that I did differently when I got here. And I just sleep too. I sleep. Like whenever I get a chance, I sleep. A 30-minute nap, I'm taking it. I do a lot of stuff differently than I did last year. So, yeah.
Okay, following up, the stoicism thing, when did that start? And I guess what have you taken from that?
That started actually, so I took a class my senior high school in the second semester, and we were learning about like ancient history, which is like my favorite subject. And we're learning about philosophers and things that they had to like offer. And I learned about like Aristotle and just how to approach your day, like how you can't control what other people think or you can't control other people's actions. And I kind of like, it really like influenced me then. And then I got like more into it and I would learn stuff about like how to interact with people, how to make people feel incorporated with each other, like incorporated with you and stuff like that. So it's just a lot of stuff I learned from it. And I read a book called The Daily Stoic every day before I leave. It's like a quote every morning. It's great.
What was the quote this morning?
I don't remember, actually. I don't remember. It's been like a busy day. It's been a busy day.
We'll be putting these in the game notes.
Yeah.
You should.
Hey Caleb, Grant Sash Editorials on SI. Henry mentioned a lot about how Sean May has helped him with offensive rebounding. What ways has Sean helped you kind of develop your game on the offensive glass and also the defensive side of the glass?
Offensively, like, he's done a lot for me because this isn't like my first time in my life in a long time where I've been like, had to do something specifically. Like my job every time down the court is to do a specific thing. So he's helped me a lot with my post game, like just making easy, simple moves, like just shooting a jump hook instead of trying to body someone down or muscle someone to preserve your legs. And then just teach me how to run and seal, just like simple things that, you feel like you should or would know at this age, but just teaching me like small nuances of the game.
Yeah, and also because I know you mentioned you wanted to be a legendary and you're learning from a legend. and he's, his jersey's up in the rafters. What does that mean for you as a Carolina basketball player?
It means a lot, honestly. Coach, he's believed in me. He was one of the lead guys when I was being recruited, so it definitely means a lot. And I feel like he's pushing me every day to be better. And we talk after every practice and we watch film together. So it means a lot to be pushed by a legend because I know he did some legendary things when he was here.
Caleb, what stands out when you play with this guard group?
I would say shooting, honestly. Like, everybody can shoot, like, up and down the lineup. I feel like, it's going to allow for so much spacing, and I'm going to dunk on somebody. So that's what I like about it.
Got time for about two more, Adam, and then one. I'm sure this won't be the last time we have Caleb in here.
Sort of along the lines that Grant was asking you about, Caleb. I mean, you're so mobile for your size, the length, the hops. Like, you're kind of a different kind of big. Is there anyone that maybe Coach May or anybody is showing you from Carolina's past that they think you could emulate, or is there not somebody, at your size? I don't know, like a Tyler Zeller or a Isaiah Hicks, or I don't know. Like, is there anybody like that?
No, they haven't told me anybody like from Carolina's past that they've seen that's kind of like similar to me. We watch film, but it's always just personalized to me. I watch a lot of NBA and professional players play, but I've never really seen anyone like me, really, honestly.
Last one.
Caleb, Michael Coe, WCHL, ChapelRow.com. When Coach Davis was recruiting you to come here, what was his pitch to you, and what was the moment that kind of sealed the deal for you to come here?
Well, he had a pitch, but I knew I was coming here after the Duke game. So that was like 2 years ago. We beat them, and I was like, bro, it don't get no better. And so I knew then that I wanted to beat Duke, and I was in the locker room partying, and then last year we didn't beat them. And so I was like, man, I need to get that done. So that's what made me come here, honestly. When we beat Duke and I saw Franklin Street lit up, and I was able to go out with the team for a second and just kind of get the vibe. I was like, man, I got to come here. I got to win some games.
I got to ask, what's your favorite Lego set that you built?
That's a tough one. Oh, I'm really big into cars. So I built I think it's a Lamborghini Countach. I think that's the name of it. But I built one of those. But I built one other one too. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm just going to say the Lamborghini Countach. Because I built that recently, maybe like 2 months ago. Sure.
I hate to stop this. We should, but we do have Jaden behind him and then practice.